Welcome. This is Mr. Edinger's short intro video on finding areas of irregular shapes. So what are irregular shapes? Well, for our lesson that we will be having tomorrow, an irregular shape will be any shape that is not a triangle, rectangle, or circle. We will be using the triangle, rectangle, and circle because we know how to easily find the area of these shapes. Now let's go ahead and get a recap of how you find the area of these shapes. Okay, so we have the area of the triangle. As you can see here, we're looking at the base and the height of the triangle. And the area of the triangle equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Now for the area of a rectangle, we have the width and the length. So the area is equal to the length times the width. And finally we have the area of the circle. So we're given the radius of a circle. We can find the area of that circle by taking pi times r squared, which is the radius. So let's find an area of an irregular shape. So here we have an irregular shape. It's not exactly a square or a triangle or a circle. So we need to figure out how we're going to find this area. So our strategy for doing this is we're going to look and see where we can find rectangles, triangles, or even circles if we can find them. So just an example, you might see here you could make a triangle here, and then maybe if you formed a line here you can make a triangle there. You could form a line across this way and you could come across with 3 rectangles, one here, here, and here. I'm going to show you how I want to find the area of this shape. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line right here. That's going to give me a rectangle right here. Next I'll do another line. So now I finally have 3 rectangles. I have one that's located here, one right here in the middle, and finally another rectangle right there. Now if I were given the parameters and the dimensions for this shape, I'd be able to find the areas of each of these shapes. So given these dimensions, I'm able to take 4 times 1, which gives me 4 for the area of this shape, 2 times 2, which gives me 4 for the area of this shape, and 3 times 3, which gives me the area for this one, which finally will give me a total area of 4 plus 4 plus 9, which equals 17. And that's the area of this irregular shape. So in some cases, we're not always going to be finding the exact area. We may have to find an estimate for the area of our irregular shape. Now this shape may seem familiar to you, and you may feel that you could find an exact representation of the area, but I want to show you a pretty common example of how we can estimate areas of shapes like this or other shapes. So I'm going to assume we know the center of this shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a circle to try to estimate the area of this shape. So right here I have a circle. This is called an inscribed circle. So this circle basically goes inside as far as it can inside this 12-sided polygon, and it doesn't escape. It goes as far as it can. And this is going to give me an estimate that's slightly lower than the actual area of the polygon. It is helpful, and it could be, depending on the number of sides of the polygon you have, it can be a pretty good approximation. And the other method I want to show you is you could also circumscribe a circle, which means you start from the outside and go in as far as you can, and without going inside the circle. And this gives you a slightly larger estimate of the actual area. These will be great tools that you'll be able to use in class tomorrow for your lab, and I'm just going to recap with you the types of things we're going to be doing in class tomorrow. We'll be finding areas of irregular shapes. We're only going to be using triangles, rectangles, and circles to find these areas. Some shapes will be finding the exact areas. Some of them will be finding an estimate of the area, which could include inscribing or circumscribing different shapes. And we're going to be finding the best strategies that we can find to find these areas. So I look forward to seeing you in class tomorrow, and get ready and prepared for it. It'll be a good time.